we would want it to be like. The way you would want it to be like is like a hand in poker. I've got cards that I received. I've got 3 cards on the table. I'm betting and positioning myself for the best possible chance. That's all I can do. So I'm either going to fold or I'm going to call, I'm going to raise, depending on what I have in my hand and what's on the table and what the probability is that somebody else might have something that beats me, right? So my understanding, so there's a lot of needing to understand the probabilities, that there's a deck of cards, it has so many hands that can beat yours, blah, blah, blah. And then you're just making moves that are acceptable with a risk that's acceptable, and you give it your best. FOMO is I gave my best on that last hand. You took my chips. Now I'm all in. Now I have, I have a 2-3 offsuit and there are face cards on the table. Screw it. I'm going to teach you. I'm going to push you out. I'm going to push all my chips on the table and scare you out of it. Well, you're against a human being in that case, and they may get scared and fold, and you might win a few chips back. But the market is huge. It's like an ocean. You're not going to be able to create a barrier and split the ocean. This is kind of what you're trying to do. It's too big. So it's about you, always about you. So get comfortable with the fact that whatever happens, it's your fault. It's your fault until the trade is in the market. So if you don't want it to be your fault, then follow your process. Then it's not your fault. Once I trigger, I'm in, I'm long, short, I followed my, whatever happens next, it's not my fault. It's just the cards on the table didn't play out. That's all. But I followed my process. So when you FOMO, it's your fault all the way through. It's your fault how you read the thing. It's your fault what action you took. And it's your fault what the outcome is. The outcome becomes your fault. I don't want to be responsible for the outcome because I cannot control that. But the outcome is your fault because you did it without any theoretical basis for the trade, anything that can support your trade. You're just throwing money away. And sometimes it'll pay, but for every time it pays to operate from fear or from emotion, every time it pays, there will be 20 or 30 times where it won't. And the odds are just completely against you. So